This is a fun episode of I Cook, You Measure. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Jen Mueller. The guest measurer today has also brought a guest. And I gotta say, Michael Bennett did some pretty incredible things on the field as an athlete. I never once thought he would be standing in my kitchen and cooking. Our additional helper today, Esmerette, she's gonna be helping us with a big initiative that Michael is part of. They're doing some really cool things. We will get to that a little bit later on, but you've watched this show enough to know we have to start with wine. I pulled out the special glasses. I pulled out a Washington wine. Michael, would you grab that bottle for me and do the honors?
When you go to the table and they're just like, would you like this?
I would like that. I made it super easy. It's a screw top.
Yeah.
This is a Sauv Blanc from Prohibition Cellars in Washington.
Oxymoron, Prohibition Cellars.
Well, it's got a very big theme going. When you visit Prohibition and the tasting room in Woodinville, everything is themed and there are 2 hidden doors and secret rooms. So, Esmerette, if you would bring over, these are the Super Bowl glasses. I rarely pull them out. I also rarely cook with jewelry, but today, in honor of Super Bowl champion Michael Bennett.
And you wearing it in an interesting way too.
What do you mean I'm wearing it in an interesting way?
That's your index finger, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
You know, yeah, that's better. Because most people that wear stuff on the index finger is like Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, like you wear it on your
You know what
finger.
I'm gonna wear? I'm gonna wear this on my middle finger, and you know where this conversation's going? I can't, but we're off the rails already.
I'm just saying, I like it there. I'm just saying, this is interesting,
Well, here's the thing.
Can I pour this?
They say, please.
Okay, how much would you like?
How much do you think I would like, given how this conversation
No, I'm joking.
is
That's too much. Let's just give you a gentleman's pour.
Thank you. Or a lady's pour, whichever.
It's non-binary. It's good.
The ring is gonna clang if I put it on the other finger. It's about safety first in the kitchen, don't you think?
Of course.
Now, I picked this wine ultimately because it not only pairs with the food, but what we are making today, our creamy bacon and Tuscan shrimp, actually calls for a little bit of wine in the recipe, and it calls for a Sauv Blanc or a Pinot Gris. What we're looking for is a dry wine to go in the recipe, so I just thought we would pair it along. So you can take a sip, see what you think.
This cup, the city is missing this, so maybe this year.
We need a few ingredients that are prepped. Again, we are making creamy bacon and Tuscan shrimp. So what we're gonna start with are 4 cloves of garlic that need to be finely cut.
Oh, okay.
Is this a stumbling block already?
No, it's just determined finally. Is that super small?
I mean, well, let's see what your finely looks like, and then I'll tell you if the finely is good enough or not. How's that?
That's good. I usually get cloves of garlic this big, so these are a lot smaller than the ones I get.
Wait a minute. Are you making excuses before we get started? That's right. Is this what this is sounding like?
That's what you're supposed to do when you're about to lose. You automatically make an excuse.
No.
You hear people do it all the time. They do this.
Did you do that?
No, not when I played, but today I'm losing, so I'm gonna. I mean, more.
That's excellent. I don't know what you're worried about. We're getting everything in place. This recipe cooks really fast. Start to finish without the conversation. It would take you about 15 minutes to pull together. We've got our shrimp already defrosted. They're the smaller size shrimp. Once we put them in the pan, it will take less than 2 minutes to get those things fully cooked. So what we want to make sure we have is, I believe the phrase is mise en place?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that French?
I believe it is French, which is why I'm so unsure of the pronunciation. It means having everything in its place. So we'll have all of the ingredients ready to go. When things start cooking, it's gonna go really fast.
Give me 2 tablespoons of this?
I do love that. That's what we need to cut next.
Okay.
We're gonna take about a half of that.
I feel like we need more paprika though.
You can put more paprika.
On the side of more seasoning.
Well, we're also going to add just a few red pepper flakes at the end. So if that changes your mind on anything,
more paprika.
You can put more paprika.
Love some paprika.
You know, black people love seasoning though. Like, it's just being real. I don't know what
Well,
your
we're
audience.
good with the chili flakes too.
I don't know what the audience is right now, but I just want y'all to know you invite black people over. Double the seasoning count. If it says 1 tablespoon, try 4, and then just so we don't go home and be like, damn, the shrimp tastes like shrimp. You know?
Wait, what?
We don't want the shrimp to taste like shrimp. We want the shrimp to taste like the seasoning.
Okay, that makes sense. We want flavorful food, I think
Yeah.
is what we're going for.
Yeah.
I promise this one does not lack flavor.
Okay. Perfect.
This one's going to be
I'll
really
put enough in
good.
there.
And the sun-dried tomatoes are going to add a nice little punch to it. So those are sun-dried tomatoes in oil. If you would open that for me, and let's see. You're such a great model. You made that look so easy. So here's what I would do.
Okay, what would you do?
I would do this.
I'm all for opinions.
Well, instead of dumping that whole thing on the counter that would make a giant mess, I would use a tip of this.
Just so you know, I was not thinking about doing that. I am not an idiot, America. There was no point in my mind at that cross to pour this on top of that. I never thought that. Just so you know that I was gonna do exactly what she was gonna do from the beginning.
Well, now I'm laughing too hard holding a knife. I can't do that.
Okay. So is this enough?
No, I need some more, but now I'm laughing too hard.
Okay, look at you.
All right, considering how hard you've made me laugh today, which teammate could make you laugh the most?
Oh man, that's a good question. Did they know they were making me laugh? That's a different.
That's
That's
a better question.
just two. Okay, so Russell Wilson made me laugh a lot, but he didn't know why I was laughing. But who made me laugh intentionally? Oh, that's a good question. Oh man, Tony McDaniels made me laugh a lot,
Oh.
and Big Red.
Oh, Red Bryant.
Yeah,
2 Texas A&M guys.
yeah. They make me laugh the most.
Like in meetings? Or
Just in
general?
life, like even today, like when our group text message, it's like it's the funniest thing in the world.
You still have a group text message with those guys?
Yeah, we talk every week.
It's been like 10 years
Yeah,
since you
we're
played with some of those
friends.
guys. Here's a conversation I had on a previous episode of I Cook, You Measure.
Who's on it?
Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Mariners.
Okay.
Is the sploosh bigger than a splash?
Depends the size of the person or the spoon.
That's not what I was expecting.
That's
Esmeralda, is a sploosh bigger than a splash? This is really important when you're pouring wine. Is a sploosh bigger than a splash?
I don't even know. Sploosh.
if you have a big
Splash,
cup.
splash or something.
Yeah, if I have a splash of
Splash.
something or a sploosh of something, what's the difference?
There's no-
Splash sounds bigger.
That's what I think. Mike?
I've never
How
had
does
sploosh though.
How does it
I know
well,
splash.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have,
Yeah.
this is gonna be very important when I ask you for a sploosh or a splash of wine into the sauce in a little bit. With all of our ingredients in place, now it is time to make the sauce. I already cooked up a little bit of bacon in here earlier today. That's why there's a little bit in the pan. That's
Just so people can see it, like that bacon juice is important. Like,
It is. What I would like for you to do is add just a drizzle of olive oil into the pan just to help it along.
you need to have some experts do some little signs of what a drizzle is, and like, is it a drizzle? Is it a splash? Is it a splurge?
You know what? I'm going to
Sploosh.
create my own
Sploosh.
measurement, and kids in school are going to have to learn that.
Why not? That's how
Well,
it
I know.
starts.
I had to learn the
That's how
metric
it-
system, and we never ended up using
That's how
that.
indoctrination starts. You know, this is exactly how it starts. So let me see, like this.
Perfect. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just put that in the pan. You should start to hear some sizzling shortly. Do we hear some sizzling shortly? We'll hear some sizzling shortly.
TV, we can make the sizzle.
If you would take those spices for me now.
Do you want to mix or we just put?
Nope, because we're gonna put them right in here, and all of this is just gonna sizzle and get happy together.
I don't understand how the guy got famous off of that. Like, this didn't. It was like you can get famous off anything now.
We're gonna let this sit for just a couple of minutes. Given your career, what's the moment you wish you appreciated more in that moment?
Ooh. Dang, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe when I first got my first check, I wish I would have appreciated it a little bit more. Nah, I would say, I don't know. I think I never had a issue with appreciating the moments because I always loved the idea, like, even like the Super Bowl, it was never really about the actual object. It was more about the journey to get to that object and the teammates and people around there. Because I feel like everything that you think is super important in life, like when you finally get there, you realize it's like, okay, that wasn't as nice as I thought it was, but like the journey of doing it, I think that's the biggest thing. So I guess it'd be like even more appreciating the time that I had with my teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially 2013, like those guys, like that one nucleus of guys that kind of breaks up and you don't get to have that one moment again. So maybe, you know what, I wish I would have went to the ring ceremony when we had Usher. I think.
Why did you not go to that ring ceremony?
I don't know. I think I was in Japan or something. I don't know.
Which is also a cool place to be.
Yeah, but I feel like I should have went there. But that's one thing I probably regret. And then that's it.
We're about to really crank this
And
up.
it smells so good too.
Yeah, it smells really good right now.
It smells really
I
good.
think it's the extra paprika though.
Could be the extra
Yeah.
paprika. Now here we need sploosher or splash
Oh,
of,
let me see this one.
of some of this. I will tell you the recipe calls for a half a cup. What we're trying to do is deglaze the pan just a little bit.
Okay.
So go ahead.
A half a cup?
Give me a half a cup. Would you like an actual measuring cup, or you told me that you just visualize things,
I
that you just go
visualize
by feel?
I've always said, a half a cup.
Half a cup.
My hands. That'd be so dirty if I did that. I don't think people care what one. I signed the waiver. That's good. That's good. There we go.
Perfect. So I've got some heavy cream in front, and I've got some half and half. You can use as much or as little of either as you want.
Yeah.
It just has to equal 1 cup.
How much is in here?
I didn't measure it out. It's your job to measure, not my job to measure.
Oh, it's starting to smell really good.
We need 1 cup?
You need a total of 1 cup.
So,
You're so thoughtful with the measuring.
yeah, you gotta be thoughtful. Can't do anything without intention.
That's a great point.
I mean, if
So yeah, almost there.
if
You're almost
perfection
there.
was a thing, it'd be Michael.
Is that on a
That's good.
t-shirt somewhere?
No, I just sound like a thing to say right now. There you go.
Amazing.
All right, in the bowl, or in the pan.
Should I pour a regular American style or Moroccan style?
What's the difference?
Moroccans, they pour from up here.
Are you making that up?
No, this is how Moroccans drink tea. I wouldn't lie to you.
By the way, how many years did I interview you? Like almost 10, right?
Yeah.
How do you think you were as an interview subject?
I don't consider myself a subject, but I feel like
You are definitely something to study. How's that? Can I say that?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. But no, I feel like it was good. I feel like there was moments. What I felt about being a person being interviewed was that I didn't have to like hide my emotions. I think sometimes as athletes, people try to hide behind. They want to say the right thing, and sometimes it ain't about saying the right thing. It's about saying the thing that you're feeling. Because I think that's what fans connect to. They connect to somebody like, that's what I wanted to say. Like, that shit did hurt, or that felt like not like having this, this organized thought that is so organized that it feels robotic. And I think a lot of times as athletes, we're kind of taught to be that way because we're trying to represent a structure or a system like the NFL that's really robotic, and they want us to have robotic answers to like. But I feel like that takes away from the emotion of actual being a human, of feeling what you feel in that game, the pain of being an athlete, the pain of being a human. So to not do that, I felt like was not real. And then to have fun with it too, because it's also like everything can be serious, and sometimes it's just fans want to have a moment. You want to have a moment of clarity and have some type of humor about serious things.
I always thought you were a very insightful interview.
Thank you.
Very insightful. I Cook, You Measure is brought to you by Ascend Hospitality Group. Committed to elevating the communities it serves, AHG invests wholly in both its team members and its guests to take service to the next level. Visit ascendhg.com for more. We added the spinach. That is going to cook down. While that is happening, it is time for our virtual master chef.
Okay.
You ready? And you can lean on Esmerette for this. I'm going to give you 5 ingredients. You tell me what you would make with these 5 ingredients.
Okay.
Ready? The ingredients are polenta, tomatoes, eggplant, chicken, Parmesan cheese.
Is these individuals or a collective?
I would try to put them all on the same plate.
See, and I'm from Louisiana and you're from...
Everywhere.
Yeah, she's from everywhere.
Sweden and Eritrea.
So...
Africa, we have Africa, we have Scandinavia,
How we gonna make
we have
it?
America, we have down south.
So we could make like a stew, or we could make like a chicken parmesan with a polenta on the side.
And with some grilled eggplants.
Yes.
That's good too.
Done.
I like that. Final answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, so use the chicken as the main, polenta, and a little grilled. Yeah.
The grilled eggplants.
I like that. I like that. I was actually thinking kind of in the same line of this to almost do like an Italian, like a little bit of a ragu or ratatouille or a ragu over the top.
Yeah.
Polenta,
That sounds good too.
little chicken parm over that.
I like chicken parm.
You guys are making me hungry.
Well, we are getting really close to eating. I'm gonna let our guest measurer determine how much cheese you would like in there. You're gonna do a fancy.
He did this. I'm making something new.
Yeah.
Like just.
You do everything with flair.
This is great. This is great. I'm super excited to taste this dish, honestly.
Well, let's add some basil to this. And I would add a pretty good handful. So maybe like half of this, if you're okay with the taste of basil.
I
know
love
some
basil.
people,
And
some
a
people
mojito,
don't.
basil.
Oh, a basil mojito? Now you're speaking my language.
Yes.
We were talking about kind of what you are doing and where you are trying to change the world and the effect that you are trying to make. I think this is the big conversation where Esmerette comes in. I mean, she's been a lovely helper, but there's actually a reason that you guys are working so closely together.
Yeah, I think with Champions of Change, every year we try to find organizations that like have an impact. And like for me, I think about impact is like people, not so much as it being like an organization or a team doing something. I think it's about humans having agency and like seeing the issue and attacking it. I think that's something that's super organic, and watching people move like that and finding people who have a voice that can have a collective voice with other people that inspire others to do things. And I think Esmeretta has done that with her company and her foundation and the way that she thinks. And for me, partnering with somebody like that on an initiative around food, I think I've always had something. I think food is just such a gateway. It's like a gateway in the conversation. It allows us to be in other cultures without and having an understanding of why they eat the food they eat, how they think, but also like destigmatizing, hunger and what people are experiencing.
Well, there's a dignity that you help bring to this through One Love. Esmerette, where did this come from and how are you helping people?
I mean, I think like what Michael just saying now in terms of food being a connector and really kind of the foundation of life. We all need food to eat. We all need food to nourish and flourish. So it kind of starts there if you're really looking at what is the one thing that can bring everybody together. Unfortunately, there's a lot of there's hunger, there's food insecurity, we have high rates of malnutrition, and with One Love, we're really trying to address that. But we're doing it through community building and really getting people to come together and also, get a chance to enjoy food. And just like this moment between the three of us, like the joy that food can bring beyond. So that's important as well.
What I love is the way that you have put refrigerators in community areas with nutritious food. That's a really big thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And people just know to come and it gets restocked and they just know to come in and grab the food that they need.
I mean, there's three things that we would think about. There's respect, dignity, and health that kind of leads everything we do. And one of the main tools that we use are community fridges, which is a fridge that you have at home. You put in a public space for anyone to use. But we also try to make sure that the food that has been that's in the fridges is same as we will want to eat at home, or we want to feed our kids. Really focusing on making sure that it's respectful, that it's dignified, that it's nourishing people, and brings respect to the community.
I love that. Yeah, I love it. It is so cool to see that in action.
Yeah.
It really is
amazing.
cool. I'm gonna add some bacon.
Bacon.
Yes.
Bacon.
Bacon. We've been smelling this for a while. Are you ready to try it?
Definitely ready to try it. How do you?
I'm gonna let you do whatever you want to, because I'd put it right on top. Yep, that's exactly right.
You know how they do in the restaurant? They're like, you always should smell your food. It's like, literally, kings had somebody smell their food and taste it before they ate it.
But you know why they
That probably was a terrible job though, to be the food taster for a king.
You know why?
Especially if he had a brother. Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to make sure they don't get food poisoning.
Yeah. If you had a brother, you a king, you always in danger, you know. Like, let me see.
Do we do it?
It's good.
It's good.
Won't he do it though? Won't he do it? Let's go. God's good. Let's go.
Okay, but I need a second.
good.
Not that I don't
No.
trust.
No.
Not that I don't trust you.
DJ Khaled.
Huh?
It's good.
It's good.
I know. See, there you go. And if we weren't talking, which I loved our conversation, it would take about 15 minutes to pull together. So it's perfect for a dinner party. You could do this as appetizer. You could do this as a main dish if you put it over pasta. Mm-hmm. I think we got it.
I have these.
And
Try some.
Let me see what you think.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna try
The bacon is good too.
the bacon is always good.
It's gonna be interesting since you don't eat meat.
Yeah. You're gonna see which part I eat.
She doesn't eat meat, so you could. This is for vegetarians too.
Yeah, but I can eat sauce.
Yeah, that's true too. That's fine. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
We did it. We made it. And then if you...
Because we didn't even put the salt and pepper in it.
That's good.
Oh, I did tell you we were putting red pepper
No, it's
flakes in
good. The
there.
paprika, the extra paprika.
It definitely does it.
Yeah.
Did you try it with the wine? Oh my gosh. I do not have words to tell you how much fun it has been to cook with Michael and Esmerette. And what they have pointed out is that there's so many different ways to help those in the community who are dealing with food insecurity. I Cook, You Measure has been a proud supporter of a number of initiatives helping those dealing with food insecurity. And season 3, our donations will be going to One Love. So for every episode, we are proud to make a donation. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to Esmerette. We made a pretty good dinner. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
It's delicious.
I'm eating carbs again.
I just want to eat them.
Well, that would have been helpful to know ahead of time.
I eat fish too, every now and then.
Surprises at the end of the show. Boy, those are real doozies.
That's fine. It's good.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Safeway, who welcomes everyone at the table through the Nourishing Neighbors program. You can donate in stores or get involved with the Back to Action campaign. Our food banks need volunteers to ensure no one in Washington goes hungry. Make a difference in the fight against food insecurity by using the QR code, and let's get back to action together.